Valley. Anthony, congratulations. You must be wrapped with that.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling. We've waited a long time for this, and it's just something that I'll never forget. Unbelievable. Look, it was a fantastic time. Winning 2 flags, obviously in a row, was fantastic for the club and all of us guys that played in it, the supporters and, you know, our families that were here supporting us as well. So it was a great time. We hadn't won for about 20 years back then as well. I think the last one was 77. So it was a long time and, you know, we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves.
We had a new president. The president said, right, it's time for a bit of action. And then we had Bill Martin came in, got a couple of real good recruits, and we were lucky enough to win back-to-back flags.
You see how much hurt and pain they went through by losing all the time, and thought, geez, if we can put some good into this club, and then throw in our coach Bill Martin, who just thrown everything at us and done everything for us, we had to repay him. And then all of a sudden we just pulled off a couple of premierships, and yeah, and look, to be honest, we had probably maybe thought we were a bit invincible, but it's now been 20 years since we've won another flag. So it'd be nice to see all these young juniors coming through and maybe get another flag in the club, I suppose.
Yeah, it's been 20 years since we won a flag, and we had a few lean years. The last couple of coaches have Majo, got Ayresy now. They've sort of created a better vibe here. Sort of become a bit of a destination club this year, and obviously got a lot of blokes that moved up. So it's really encouraging, and getting these couple of wins early, everyone's really positive about it, and we're just moving upwards and onwards.
Yeah, it means everything to the footy club, I think. It's not so much the players itself, the supporters and the volunteers and all that sort of stuff. So we haven't been as competitive as we would have liked over the last few years. So to just be competitive is a start, and you can tell that game days, home games, there's a crowd down here and they're all enjoying the footy at the moment.
Really trying to set the club up with. We've got a really good committee, and then investing in our junior development program. So this year we're pretty lucky with having a lot of interest and a lot of players wanting to come up and play football for our club, and that's sort of built on the culture that we've been building on over the last few years.
More kids you have coming through, like that just breeds success for the club. Like you develop them from an early age, teach them right from wrong in terms of footy. You know, hopefully bring them up for your 12s, 14s, 16s, and eventually get them to seniors. And you know, if you can develop them into great players, you know, that's a benefit for the club and, you know, the long-term future.
As much as you have people moving up from down south, you want to look after your kids because they do provide that strong base going forward. And obviously we were pretty competitive in the juniors last year. I think there was a premiership side in there, and a grand finalist team I think was there as well. So there's a lot of good kids coming through that we'll be trying to nurture throughout the system.
No one wants that record, of course, to be the club without a flag for the longest period of time, but the guys are they're on the right track. We've got a good coach, a good committee. They'll gel eventually, and once that happens, we hope to be able to be in a position to launch an assault for the flag.
We aspire to be like Nightcliff, take it to that level, to get up to them and work, you know, like if Nightcliff can do it, because they were the bottom dwellers, they were down there for a long time, 54 years, so you know, they've got off by doing hard work. There's a lot of hard work getting done behind the scenes now to make the club successful.